friendship that'll never ever end.
Run!
It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Reaction Beanie Yo 636. In that neighborhood, my brothers and sisters. The video that we're about to watch today, Bean Team, actually has 2 parts to it. So today, we're gonna watch the first part. And then tomorrow, we're gonna watch the second. And the channel that this video is coming from is the one and only Nick freaking Crowley. Back to Nick Crowley, y'all. Hope y'all doing excellent out there today. And I'm glad that you came on back to the channel once again to help with the bean. And the title of the video is The Mr. Sleepy People Rabbit Hole. Long story short, short story long, I have no freaking idea what a Mr. Sleepy People is, Bean Team. Like, seriously, man. Now, if I just had to make a guess from the title, this sounds like a man because it says Mr. Sleepy. It says Mr. So it gotta be a man, right? And says sleepy people. So this man was watching people sleep. I don't freaking know, Big Team. That's the best thing I can come up with. That this was a man watching people sleep. But why was he watching them sleep? Like, was he breaking in their homes? Like, I already got a lot of freaking questions. We ain't even got into the video. And it's so funny because I know some of y'all out there have already watched this video. And y'all looking at me like, nah, Stack, it's way deeper than that. Or it's even crazier than what you think. Or you way off base or whatever. I have no freaking idea. But I'm about to get one with y'all. But before we get that idea, y'all know what y'all got to do. Get whatever you may need. Get what you need, please. We are back to Nick freaking Crowley. Y'all got what y'all need. Y'all ready to go? Then let's go.
This isn't what many of you may think. This is not a scene from some obscure horror movie. It's not a performance or some kind of art project. This is no ARG. What this is the beginning of a rabbit hole. It's the first step into a twisted world, hidden from the public eye in the very deepest depths of YouTube. A community whose dark practices have fallen through the cracks, unnoticed by most of the world for over a decade. Until today. Before we get too deep into this video is sponsored by Hunt a Killer, my absolute...
Nick came with his commercial early, and I feel like we need a commercial early into this one, Bean Team. Like, what the freak, man? Okay, I guess I was right with it being a person filming people while they was asleep, but I'm stuck on the freaking eyelid opening of the people he was recording while they was asleep. Like, how the freak are they asleep and they getting their eyelid opened up like that? Like, it almost make you want to think that it's fake or it's staged, paid actors. But Nick already debunked that. He said, you think that this is some fake-ish going on, that these are actors who are really not asleep. But no, that's not the freaking case. So how or why is he able to freaking play with their eyelids? I'm gonna be stuck on this eyelid part for a minute, Bean Team, because that's just the craziest thing. And that would lead me to believe that maybe these people were drugged by him or something. You know what I'm saying, man? possibly unconscious. We think they sleep. They may be unconscious. I don't freaking know, y'all. But let's go.
For sponsoring this video and in turn allowing me to cover this dark topic.
Let's go.
October 26th, 2011. The day our story starts as the video Bree Eye Check Part 1 would be posted to YouTube, where it remains to this day. The clip serves as the inaugural video for a channel called MrSleepyPeople and showcases what can best be described as a bizarre scene. In it, we see the cameraman film a couple sleeping in a small bed in what appears to be a basement or other windowless room. The man approaches quietly to the point where the camera is left just inches away from the woman's face, which then leads to the disturbing scene we watched earlier. The cameraman uses his free hand to pry open the girl's eye. At one point, he even touches the bare eye in a vigorous manner and then proceeds to open both of them simultaneously, before eventually releasing her eyes and turning off the camera. With all of this being done without waking either of the two sleeping people up. It's a horrifying video and one that leaves so many questions. But as the title states, this is merely part 1, and less than a month later, in November of 2011, MrSleepyPeople would release part 2. Bree Sexy Eyes Part 2, a video that plays out virtually the same scene as before. The man approaches the sleeping couple and proceeds to play with the woman's sleeping eyes. The video features no description and no explanation as to what we are seeing on our screens, just the shocking footage and nothing else. And as strange and concerning as this all is, it only got darker when just a week later, part 3 would be posted. Bree Drunk and Passed Out Part 3. Despite the first 2 videos not even reaching the 2.5-minute mark, this video was a whopping 9 minutes. The room is much darker this time, but the premise of the video stays the same. Just more of this person touching a lady named Bree's eyes. And to make matters worse, according to the title, not only was she sleeping, but she was also supposedly drunk and passed out at the time of filming this.
Okay, if she was like drunk, y'all know what drunk is out there, and passed out like that, I can believe that video. You know what I'm saying, man? Because when you're out when you've been drinking all goddamn night. So I can believe that would possibly happen where somebody can play with the eyelids. Yes, I'm back on the eyelids part. But I can believe that because she was heavily intoxicated. But the first 2 videos, man, then with her boyfriend laying right beside her being team, it's like, I'm sorry, man. I ain't even damn near. Just me speaking personally. First of all, I do sleep. I am a deep sleeper sometimes. Sometimes I'm a light sleeper. It just depends on the night. It just depends on what night it is. You know what I'm saying, man? But even if I'm sleep deeply, I still can like feel a presence over me. I'm not even talking about the eyelid part no more. I'm gonna leave that alone for now. I'm talking about, you know how, and I know y'all know what I'm saying, man. You know how you can just feel somebody just standing over you, or you being watched, or you can like the way I'm facing y'all. But if somebody was to walk up behind me, I can just feel their energy coming from their body. So why the freak is Bree and her boyfriend not feeling none of that? I don't know, y'all. Let's just keep finding out.
What have we stumbled upon? What are these videos? Well, to understand this requires a deep dive into this MrSleepyPeople channel. But for now, what I can say is that these videos are simply the beginning.
The beginning?
Concerning his videos on this lady named Bree, MrSleepyPeople has 7 videos featuring her. 7 different videos of this man playing with this woman's sleeping eyes, while another person sleeps just inches away. It's one of the strangest things I've ever seen, and it doesn't end there. In fact, MrSleepyPeople's channel has 38 videos following this same mold with as many as 10 different women. 38 videos of him opening sleeping girls' eyes, all spread out evenly within the past 9 years, with his latest post coming back in January of 2020. Whatever it is that this man is doing, he has been doing it consistently for a very long time. And if there's one thing that is clear when watching these videos, is that whatever this is, he knows he's not supposed to be doing it. Every video shows him quietly sneaking around the rooms of these ladies in the dark, very obviously trying not to get caught, with perhaps the most obvious example of this coming from a video on March 7th of 2017, entitled Lovely Big Brown Eye Check 2. The video starts the same as all the others, but something happens in the closing seconds that gives us a disturbing glimpse into the mindset of MrSleepyPeople. As he holds her eye open, the sleeping girl suddenly blinks, indicating that she is about to wake up. As this happens, we see him quickly jolt away in an obvious attempt to not get caught. It's a moment that to me confirms the idea that he is not supposed to be doing whatever it is he's doing.
Man, I don't even feel like he's supposed to be in these people's houses. I feel like he breaking into these women's houses doing this ish being team. Like, I don't think these women even know that he is in their freaking house to begin with. You know what I'm saying, man? And then another thing I just want to say is like, dude, is this a fetish? Is this one of those crazy fetishes like your boy Smart Schoolboy 9 had? Y'all know Smart Schoolboy 9. Nick Crowley done told us all about David. Hey, is this another freaking crazy ass fetish, y'all? And seriously, is he breaking in people's houses just to do this? This is crazy, and this is just part 1, and we ain't even got 7 minutes into part 1. Let's go.
This idea alone makes the entire channel all the more concerning, as it seems he's doing these bizarre behaviors to people who have no idea what's happening to them. And the things he has done in these videos go far beyond what I've shown you. For starters, he's not only doing this to unaware sleeping women, but as I mentioned before, he has also done this to what he claims to be drunk or passed out girls as well. And that wasn't a one-off thing. Just going off the titles and some of his descriptions, he has seemingly victimized drunk women in the majority of these videos, a disturbing fact that will come into play more as this mystery unfolds. Now, skimming through his catalog of videos, I noticed something off-putting in a video called Quick I Check, which was posted back in January of 2014. The video itself is creepy enough as usual, but the truly horrifying part to me comes in the description. There he writes, "Gave a quick eye check, didn't have much time to do it, which is no good. Her eyes were very beautiful and big, and also very tasty when I licked them and cleaned them for her while she was drunk asleep." Now this to me was actually a turning point for this channel. I couldn't help but feel like this was an indication that the whole channel is some kind of weird art project. After all, licking eyes is clearly disturbing, and this just sounds like someone trying to be very dark and very edgy. Especially given the fact that he didn't actually do this on camera, he only talked about it. It really made me think that this was all somehow faked.
Yes, man, I'm sorry. I know Nick said it wasn't fake, but I'm still sitting right here like this shit gotta be fake. So excuse my language. Like this shit, Sugar Honey IT gotta be fake. Cause now he talking about he was licking their eyeballs. Now maybe some of y'all were disagreeing with me earlier, being team, when I was talking about there's no way somebody can lift your eyeballs up while you sleep or whatever. Your eyelids. I'm talking about eyeballs, eyelids up while you sleep or whatever. But now we going to the point where he talking about he was actually licking them. Now ain't nobody gonna stay asleep while you getting your eyeball licked. Tell the truth, man. You gonna wake up off that ish. I don't know what to do with this channel, y'all. This is a Smart Schoolboy ish. I'm telling you, this is some sick ass fetish.
But this wasn't the case. October 26th, 2016. MrSleepyPeople posts a 15-second clip entitled Quick Sleepy Eye Check, Lick. And I think many of you know where this is headed.
the? Oh, hell no. This shit gotta be fake, man. There is no way this is real, Bean Team. There is no freaking way. This shit gotta be staged. But I'm gonna take Nick's word for it. He said it's not, man. He said it's not. But boy, Nick, you gotta explain to me how this is not some fake ass shit. Let's go. I done got the cussing like a mother, you know what, Bean Team. That's just how crazy this is.
It's a clip that truly left me speechless. What kind of rabbit hole is this? But as twisted as this video was, it did solidify something for me, that this channel is real. I mean, no matter how good of an actor you are, no one would be able to fake this. It is human nature to shut your eyes if something even comes near them. So even for the sake of acting, no one would be able to sit through this. So it almost has to be real. And he's been doing this for so long. So not only is this not fake, but this man seems to love what he's doing. Now, as I mentioned,
I just gotta say real quick, y'all, I agree with Nick on that point, though. I agree with him on that point because it started seeping my head too. That the fact that especially that was a great example when the lady actually got her eyeball licked, and she did not flinch or move at all. So now I'm going back to the other side, man, saying this shit gotta be real because, like he said, even the most paid of freaking actors can't do that stuff. You know what I'm saying, man? You just can't random, like, you gon' flinch your eyes, but no, her eye the whole time was just straightforward looking while he was literally doing his tongue like this on it. So I don't think it's fake now. I'm going back and forth, Bean Team. I'm going back and forth. Just bear with me.
Mentioned before, it's a channel that leaves so many questions, but something I was shocked about was how these women weren't waking up when this was happening to them. But a quick Google search revealed that once you enter deep stages of sleep, your eyes can actually be opened without you waking up, as you can't actually see when your brain is sleeping. This is given the fact that all your eyes really do is reflect light. It's your brain that has to interpret that into sight. And so, as surprising as it may seem, many deep sleepers would actually just sleep right through this, especially if that person sleeping is drunk and passed out. And for the most part, when he touches and moves these eyes around, these girls tend to have contact lenses in, meaning that they likely wouldn't feel much of anything. Plus, one of the girls he frequently does this to is, according to his description, partially blind. So as crazy as this all seems, the fact that they are not waking up is actually easily explained. But this can only be done during specific stages of sleep, which leads to an off-putting thought that this Mr. Sleepy People has to know which stages of sleep these women are in before performing these acts, meaning that he likely has to be waiting and watching as they sleep before actually going in and doing this stuff. It is a horrifying thought, but it almost has to be true, given the fact that he never actually gets caught, so clearly he knows what he's doing. Now, another burning question that I was left with was, who are these women? How did he have access to what appeared to have been 10 plus separate girls over the course of 9 years? Well, judging by his first few videos, this Bree girl is sleeping with another man in what appears to be a basement, and the same is true with other girls throughout the channel. So there is a possibility that he is sneaking into homes and doing this, but I have a much more likely explanation. Roommates. I think it's very possible that this person is simply living with other men, and they have their girlfriends sleep over occasionally, to which Mr. Sleepy People then records. He would know their sleeping patterns and he could check on them without being suspicious because he lives there too. It's just so unlikely that he would sneak into different homes so consistently without detection, and it would make a lot more sense if this was happening in his own home.
I agree with that, Nick. It make more sense that them his roommates or whatever. But that L to them boyfriends, man. L boyfriends. Like, seriously, man. Y'all the ones who supposed to be freaking protecting your old ladies, your women. You know what I'm saying, man? Your significant other. You laying in the bed with her, dude. At least you should be able to detect something, even though Mr. Sleepy Man ain't messing with you. I don't freaking know, y'all. I'm just saying, me, man. Maybe I be be paranoid when I be sleep or something. But I know if somebody freaking coming in my goddamn room, touching all over my bed, touching me, my eyes and shit. I just don't understand it now. Nick has gave us a great explanation, and he explained some stuff about the deep sleep. I don't think it's the REM phase of sleep or whatever, but you know, when you're in your most deep is sleep, and it's possible that your eyes can be open and all that. But I'm telling you, one of y'all try to come up in my goddamn room and touch my goddamn eyes while I'm asleep, I'm gonna do just like this. The fuck? That's how the fuck? Real quick. I don't know. Let's go.
It also seems likely, especially in more recent videos, that the women featured are perhaps in a relationship with him, as he seems to be more touchy, even holding them against his chest in some videos, with him having even admitted in one of the descriptions that the girl shown in the video was a friend. So we have a good guess as to a few things at this point. We can assume that this is very real, given the legitimate touching and licking. We can assume that this person isn't supposed to be doing this, as he is constantly sneaking around. Meanwhile, it's likely that these girls have no idea this is even being done. And we can assume that the majority of these girls are likely this man's roommates, girlfriends, or just hookups. But we still don't know the answer to what may very well be the biggest question posed here. What is the point of this content? What are we actually watching here? And why is it on YouTube? Well, having dove into this topic, the best answer I can give is that this is some kind of fetish, an idea that may be confirmed by MrSleepyPeople's comment section. Now, I think most people who would watch something like this would be incredibly confused and terrified. And I think it would be safe to assume that videos like this would receive a lot of dislikes and negative comments, just given how twisted it all seems. But surprisingly, this isn't the case. Despite a modest subscriber count of over 2,000 people over the course of his 38 videos, MrSleepyPeople has amassed 1.7 million views, with almost every video reaching at least 10,000 views. And these videos are extremely well received, with most averaging a 90% like to dislike ratio. And this ratio and these view counts are not caused by bots or spam. He has a disturbingly active and very passionate comment section on nearly every video he posts, with comments like, "Such a hot nose, you should do a nose nostril check too. Try to play with her nose next time. If you're feeling dirty, go inside too, that would be fun. Get some mouth play when she snores. Wonderful, the beauty of the sleeping female. Relaxed face expressions, calm soft breathing, body limpness, complete unawareness. After she went out, how long did you wait to start filming? Yes, the lower eyelids again, more. My wife passes out like this every night, lol. I love messing with her eyes, mouth, and feet. Should I have stripped her down? If she's that drunk, you should do more. Good vid though. Interesting that you have a girl this drunk and all you do is hold her eye open. My GF wouldn't mind me doing that to her, I'm sure."
That shit just crazy, man. It just never ceases to amaze me how the freaking people on the internet is. You know what I'm saying? Specifically, like, people in comment sections can be so freaking weird and crazy. And it's lead me to be more inclined that this is a fetish that not only MrSleepyPeople got, other people out there in the world got. You know what I'm saying? And this shit may be a freaking cult. It may be other people out there actually doing this. And they all in on it together. I don't know, y'all. I've been saying I don't know this whole freaking video, but hey, it's a freaking rabbit hole, and we just gonna continue to freaking go down it. Let's keep going.
What the hell is this?
What is it?
And this is just a small sample size. The channel is filled with comments just like these, with people who are loving the videos and want this person to do even more. And based off of the way these comments are worded, saying to strip her down, begging for more videos, using phrases like hot and sexy, while asking to see feet and mouth play, it reveals what could previously only be assumed, that these videos are meant to be sexual. At least to these people in this community, they get off to this strange practice.
Yeah.
And in many ways, it seems like these commenters are almost living their fantasies through this Mr. Sleepy People account, just like many do when they watch pornography, as they are sending in requests in incredibly desperate manners, perhaps indicating that they can't do this in their real life, but they can have this guy do it for them and film it. It just keeps getting stranger. But as I said before, this is a rabbit hole, one that plummets to the very depths of this site, and Mr. Sleepy People is just the start. As when you search up iChecks and look at his subscription list, you find dozens of channels with hundreds of videos of this same practice. One of these—
Oh, hell no. I kind of call that shit, Bean Team. Mr. Sleepy People ain't the only one who got this fetish going on. This is a freaking cult out here, y'all. Maybe Mr. Sleepy People is the ringleader. Maybe he is the Jim Jones of it. I don't freaking know. But this is man, long story short, story long. I ain't gonna go on no whole tangent. But long story short, story long. This is something I wanted to say earlier, but I was kind of like on the fence with it. But now that I know other people doing this shit too, YouTube need to take this shit off the damn YouTube, man. Seriously, man. YouTube, if you're listening, don't take my videos down. Take that shit down. Seriously, man.
These channels, OSMKZHS, dates all the way back a full decade and features just 5 grainy videos of sleeping women having their faces manipulated by a man behind the camera. And though it isn't active today, the fact that this channel was prevalent so long ago shows us that this fetish style of video is nothing new. And it is still prevalent to this day, as evident by a channel called REM Sleeper. The channel is just 3 weeks old, but in that time, it has already posted 20 videos, many of which being done on what he describes as drunk girls. And it's shocking the number of views that all of these accounts are pulling. And again, all positive comments. This is no small community that is watching these videos. This is a fairly large group lusting over sleeping women being touched in various ways. And this is only what we're seeing on YouTube.
I know, right?
As it turns out, there is also what appears to be a black market-like trade of these videos. That's all happening behind the scenes, a fact that is proved within the comments of many of these videos, with people asking if they want to trade personal clips, even sharing emails and phone numbers, so they can trade their own videos behind the scenes. Something that I can only assume is being done because these people don't have permission to be filming these girls in their personal videos, so they don't want to post them onto YouTube to avoid being caught. This also may be done because these videos could be even more graphic, to the point where they wouldn't be allowed on YouTube. It's also important to note that every single person commenting on these videos and posting their own videos are men, and every one of these eye checks are done on women, leading me to believe that this isn't just about the eyes. It's just as much the sleeping or drunk girl, which makes this next discovery all the more concerning.
Hold on, Nick. Before we even go to the next discovery, how many more freaking discoveries we gonna have? But no, y'all, that part right there just made it come full circle. It hit me a little harder. Not even a little harder, a lot harder, man. That I just realized this shit was way deeper than I first anticipated. Y'all remember at the beginning, I was like, man, maybe it's a man who be sleeping watching people. I mean, not sleeping, a man who be watching people sleep. But boy, it's way deeper than that. It's not just a man, it's a lot of men out here. This is a whole cult, a whole fetish, a whole black market behind the scenes thing that's going on out here, y'all. What the freak? Let's finish it up.
It seems that every channel that posts or comments on these videos has their own playlists. And these playlists link to thousands of other videos in this genre, showing us just how widespread this is. I mean, there's a channel called Have to Be Gone that has a playlist with 667 videos in it, most of which featuring passed out women being messed with while they sleep. And these videos can be far more graphic than we've seen, with some showing old film reels of actual dead female bodies, and others showing videos of women having seizures. And all of this is being fetishized. But though the graphicness and the sheer number of these videos that are out there is shocking, there is something else very strange that you can find in these playlists: the topic of hypnosis. It is something that is sprinkled within many of these playlists, as there are often videos that show women being hypnotized, and some of these are actual tutorials of how to hypnotize people to the point where they can't move and are completely unaware, thus giving you total control. It seems that these people are into the idea of hypnotizing women, as women being asleep and unaware is such a large part of this fetish. And it's even possible they may be trying to learn this trade in order to more fully control these women, so that they can use them at their will. Now, I try not to be a person who judges others, especially when it comes to sexual preference. But if you think about this fetish as a whole, it is inherently problematic. These videos show women who are unaware, drunk, sleeping, and potentially even hypnotized in some. And something that all of these things have in common is that it makes it impossible for these women to consent. You can't say no to something that you don't even know is happening. And these acts are sexual in the minds of the people consuming and making this content, so therefore their actions should be considered sexual as well, given the fact that it's their intention. And to me, this appears to be the basis of this fetish. I think they like the idea of messing with a girl who has no control, and who certainly can't say no. This is why these girls are always sleeping and drunk, and it also explains why hypnosis videos, seizure videos, and even clips of dead women are in these playlists. It all shows girls who have no control over their bodies. It is just so twisted, as this whole fetish centers around a lack of consent. These girls don't know they're being filmed, they don't know they're being touched like this. And even if on the off chance they did agree to this beforehand, consent happens in the moment. It can't be given beforehand. Also, consent can't be given when you're drunk anyway. This fetish is twisted, and in every way possible, it is just wrong. And with that in mind, I want to close with the most disturbing part of this all. Kids.
Oh, hold on.
8 years ago, MrSleepyPeople would post a video entitled "Rem Little Sis," and the video shows what clearly seems to be a child sleeping. For the man behind this and all of his followers, this is a sexualized video. They watch this like pornography, and it's not only of his sister, but his underaged sister, a literal child. And unfortunately, there are multiple examples of this hidden within these endless playlists. These people are not only sexualizing unconsenting adults, but they are sexualizing sleeping children. And if that isn't bad enough, they then post those videos online for people to get off to. It just doesn't get any more screwed up than this.
Yeah, man. I had it in the back of my brain, Bean Team, that maybe these because just the fact that they got it like on the dark web and stuff, where they can get away with a lot more than they do on YouTube. So you can just imagine what else they was doing to these grown adult women. But I was like, man, in the back of my brain, hell, at this point they probably doing it to children too. Oh my God, man, if we get to the point where these damn people need to be found and thrown in jail or some shit.
And I want you all to keep in mind that these women and children almost certainly have no idea that right now as we speak, people are viewing videos of them being toyed with in their sleep for thousands of people on the internet to watch in a sexual way. So it's clear that this community should not be allowed to exist here on YouTube. But the scary part is that on the off chance YouTube does actually terminate these accounts, they can do nothing to stop the behind the scenes trading of these videos. And if this is the kind of stuff that they feel comfortable sharing, well, I can only imagine the sickening things that are shown in those clips.
Exactly.
I want to give a huge thank you to my gold tier.
Freaking exactly, Bean Team. And that was just part one, man. But like Nick just said, I can only freaking imagine what going on in them clips that they texting to each other or emailing or however they delivering it over the dark web or something, man. And then, boy, he dropped a bombshell on us at the end when he said the children part. And like I said, I already had it in the back of my brain. Like, man, we getting to that point. As the story went on, we just got to the point where it was like, man, they probably even got children involved in this. Now, I want to address this real quick, and I feel like I done talked about it already, but let me just talk about it again, man. The fact that Nick had so many examples of so many of these women who literally was letting dudes come up and play with their eye and they still was asleep. Maybe it's a lot more possible out there than I thought. I'm still gonna stick to it 10 toes down, Bean Team. Ain't nobody goddamn coming in my goddamn house or coming in my room and playing with my goddamn eyes and I don't know it unless I'm drunk as hell. Now, then that's what I want to say. Now, I believe a lot of these women, when they are able to do this ish, they are drunk as freak. Then these freaking freaks, and I'm talking about the Mr. Sleepy People men. It ain't even Mr. Sleepy People man, it's Mr. Sleepy People men out there. All the Mr. Sleepy People men, I feel like it's a combination of them coming towards these women when they either drunk or they drugged or they unconscious, they blacked out, whatever. And I feel like they do got some kind of way in their brain, or they been studying in this sick fetish, and they know when people are like really in their deepest sleep. You know what I'm saying, man? They know when people are really in that part of sleep. Well, Nick explained it to us. Well, you can have your eyes open and only see light, but your brain is shut off, so to speak. Your brain's still sleeping. Y'all following me, Bean Team? This was freaking crazy, man. This was freaking crazy, man. And we still got another part to check out tomorrow, Bean Team. And hey, I'm gonna go let y'all go now. I feel like all night, man, until I watch the second part, man. I'm gonna be freaking thinking about this story, man. It's gonna stay on my mind. But I digress. Like I said, man, I'm gonna go and let y'all go. And before y'all leave, just please hit that like button, comment, subscribe, and do all that if you ain't did that yet. And remember this. Love, peace, and happiness. Stay safe. Don't stop. Keep going. Yeah.